Oh, good. Good. I swear there's gameplay somewhere. Somehow. Yeah. Philby.
I can't do that here.
We gotta run Countess. Like crazy. The game looks way more zoomed out for some reason. I'm thinking maybe it's just really zoomed in for Xbox. And I got used to that for a minute. The grind continues. A dark codex. That dark. Bunch of crap. The Pete. It's not Friday, is it? Holy shit. I lost a day, dude. I thought it was Thursday. That's crazy.
Hello.
Good day.
Yeah. Better be Friday. That's crazy. I did not know that. I was way off. Yeah. Well, you guys did the same to me because I thought it was Thursday. I had to look at my phone. No way. Don't lie to me. it's Easter weekend, yeah. Don't you know I've had diarrhea since Easter's? Give me the keys, damn it. What's up, zombie boss? Chillin'. Bringing rolls and jalapeno poppers. Oh, good. It's hot up here in the man cave. Real hot. Yeah. Look at this 5-head action. It's my coffee. This freaking beard. Yeah, the hair is getting long. I've got it slicked back right now because I took a shower. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Maybe it was the day before. I can't remember. I think the day before yesterday when Callie and I went to Kalispell, we were in Walmart. We're walking through there, and one of the guys that was working there was just like, "Oh my God, nice beard." He had a beard too. But his was really trimmed up. He was like, I gotta get mine back to full on the sides like yours. I was like, yeah, I've learned not to mess with it. Every time you mess with it, you lose beard mass. Less beard mass equals less beard. It's easy. It's science. That's exactly what happens, and then I end up with a goatee, and then I trim more and more off the sides of that. Before you know it, beardless. I'm a smooth skin again. My kids say I look like Wreck-It Ralph. I don't see it. It was fucking long. It was way longer than this, dude. I looked like a fat John Wick. Like this is about where it was when I was like, okay, I think I'll grow it out, and just see how long it gets. Then it got fucking crazy. What's up, Dabs Sparks? Yeah. Yeah, it was way longer, dude. Like, pictures. What do you, what? What? Like I had, can't really see it very well, but it was way longer than what I could hold in my hands. Like my hands are right up to my head, and then there was still a lot of hair sticking out. You can kind of see it was definitely onto my shoulders. It was lounge. Wake and bacon? Ugh. Man, it's been almost 6 weeks for me. Almost 6 weeks, and I went to look through my backpack the other day, and I found this pre-roll in there. We could get so fucking stoned right now from this. But we're not gonna. Yeah. Monday will be 6 weeks. I'm like your friend. He runs out of his new smoke, then he pulls out a little bit of older smoke, and he goes, "See, I'm never out of this good shit." It's like on, I think it was Up in Smoke. And he's like telling the one chick, he's like, "Yeah, I quit." And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "Yeah, me too." And then they're both like, "You got any?" No, I just ran out. Like, that's why they quit. No, I can definitely go get a shitload of weed right now, but... And I think I probably have a shitload behind me. On the shelf here. Yeah, I got a couple jars. So here's the jar of cartridges that I kept that there's still some in there, basically, right? In each one of them. So I was like, oh, I can't just throw those out. And at one time, this jar was actually completely full. But I was having Callie use them up basically, and so she has been getting into this jar for old. Tube of nothing. You see that? I have to make this stuff into some oil. Be too old to smoke. It did not smell good. Yeah, the carts thing was pretty crazy. One I had like I kept just putting them up top of my shelf here, right? And so they were just kind of loose, and then one day I was like, fuck, dude, I got to round these things up. So I put them in that jar. And when I saw how many I had, I quit dabbing, dude, or I quit doing the vape pen. Cuz I was like, dude, each one of these was like 20 or 30 bucks. And I filled this jar. Freaking ridiculous. Some random bud. It's all old though. This is stuff that my buddy gave me, and it just wasn't that good, so I just kind of kept it. I was planning on using it to make edibles, and then I forgot, and it's just kind of sat back there. These are kind of cool. There's this one dispensary here in town, and when you buy stuff, this is what they put it in. It's like one of these big sealed up tubes. Or if you get a small amount, you get one of these. Great for putting your weed in. Too much crap around here. Hold on. So yeah, like a half a mason jar of random bullshit. What's up, Boom? Be right back. It's fucking hot up here. God damn. I'm all sweaty. I need to get a cookie. I did it all for the cookie. Get these chocolate chip cookie. This chocolate chip cookie is 104.92 megabytes, milligrams. 104.9 milligrams. I need it. I got a lot of cookie wrappers down here. It is fresh out the fridge, so it's going to be kind of hard at first. Let me let it warm up a little bit. Where is the door? Yeah, it would be cool to play zombies if it didn't fucking suck. All the new zombies sucks, and then fucking all the old zombies doesn't work anymore, so it's all suck now. I don't know, maybe I could get it to work on my fucking Xbox, but for some reason on my PC when I start BO1, it just fucks everything up. Like my whole PC freezes. I have to literally shut the fucking thing off. And I've looked it up, dude. I can't figure it out. I think they just don't want us to play BO1 anymore. Because if we play BO1, we're not playing BO7. And then we're not fucking spending hundreds of dollars on stupid ass shit that nobody's going to give a fuck about in about 3 months. Yeah. Like, you've dude, I was half joking when I said a couple years ago that they were going to just make a menu screen and charge everybody full game price for that. But that's really what they did with BO7. They took the BO6 menu. They literally reached up there. They grabbed the 6. They pulled it down. They took a 7. And they went, BO7. Oh, but they made new maps and blah blah. I don't give a fuck, dude. None of that is for BO7. It was all for BO6, and they just fucking stuck a 7 on it. Done with it. Call of Duty needs to die, and the only way it's gonna die is if we stop playing it. If you think Call of Duty's bad, or if you don't like modern Call of Duty and you're still playing it, then you're the reason why it's bad. honestly, if you're still playing it, you're the reason why it's bad. Because it's fucking bad, and we need to fucking address that. But instead, everybody's like, no, you know, it's new. No. It's crap. Like I've said before, though, too, there's some people who this year's Call of Duty is their first Call of Duty. And if that's you, then I could see where you would be like, okay, this is cool. And, you know, I don't expect people like that to go back through and play, like, all the old shit. Because you really can't. You can't experience it the way we did. Because those games are gone. You know? You're not going to fucking play the old original MW2. You're not going to be able to play that. You'll never be able to have the experience we did back then. Just not allowed anymore. Modern Call of Duty is fucking Fortnite. And that's really Call of Duty's main problem, is they stopped being Call of Duty and they started trying to compete with everybody else. You know, Battlefield stole some of their thunder, so then they started emulating Battlefield and trying to copy what they do, and then it just felt less like Call of Duty. So then we stopped playing it even harder, and then they're like, oh, it must be Fortnite. It's got to be Fortnite. And so then they start copying Fortnite, and then the next thing you know, you've got Fortnite, a Call of Battlefield, and it just sucks. It's fucking trash. Like, make it Call of Duty again. Make it about warfare. Make it about people who've actually been to fucking war. You know? This country just fought the longest war it ever fought in the history of this country, and they're just like, oh, no. Where's the war at? Well, you know, we don't have any stories. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, we just want a good zombies game, and I just saw this shit that Zombie Queen put out where Jason Blundell had left Call of Duty around like the middle of BO4 basically, and then he went to work with one company where they were working on some sort of project. Then he went to work for some other company where they were also working on some sort of project that people think was going to be a standalone zombies game. But then I think Sony or whoever owned that company said they were taking too long and just pulled the plug. Like, it kind of feels like the gaming studios or whatever, the publishers, they're trying to give us games that we actually really don't like. You know? Like, I know there's no such thing as a perfect game, but if they had one, I think they would purposely make it less perfect, because they wouldn't want us to play a perfect game. They would want us to play a game that's, you know, kind of good, but eventually we want to move on, right? Like, that seems to be what they like to do. You can't make a game that just works or whatever. It's got to have some issues. So you play it for a little bit, but eventually you're going to go play something else. And that's like maybe this weird agreement they've all made, right? So that they can keep people from just staying on any one game. Maybe not. Maybe they're just all bad at what they do, and, you know, every game just kind of has some shit. But that's why I couldn't make a game, because it would have to be perfect at launch, and I wouldn't be able to put my name on it if it wasn't, and I don't think I'd be able to make one like that, so I wouldn't. Your FPS is going down? Uh-oh. Why? We got the corral, I don't drink soda. An F. I have my one cup of coffee every morning, maybe a second one towards the afternoon, and then I drink water. Lots and lots of water. I've been adding some lemon juice to my water lately. So I got something to chew on. You're bad about water intake? Oh, good. It depends. It really, I think, depends on where you live. Like, if you live in a place where you don't have good tap water, then it's hard to just be a water snob like that, you know? Because you pretty much are limited to bottled or, you know, jug water or something. It's just not going to be the same. You need to replace the throttle on your e-bike. You got a Suron or something? I know, they are pretty badass. Callie's dad has like it's an e-bike, but it's like a mountain bike. But dude, that thing fucking flies. I think you can go like 45 miles an hour or some shit. Have you seen the one-wheel fucking deals they got now, too? Like, those sons of bitches, you can go like 90 fucking miles an hour. Which would be scary as shit, because you're standing on it, you know? It's like, it's just you and a wheel, like a unicycle. An e-bike that goes 55 miles an hour. It's a 3,000 watt, 100 mile range. That's pretty good. I've heard people are using them for like Uber Eats and shit because it's, you know, like in New York City, there's always been bike messengers. And because of the traffic, the people on bicycles can get across the city faster. And so they would hire people on bicycles to ride, you know, across town and deliver messages. I think it was before, you know, modern fucking whatever. I don't know. Maybe they probably still do it because it's not messages, I guess. It's like paperwork, right? Like certain documents, whatever, probably court documents and shit. Yeah, that's the thing they don't tell you about, right? Like all these EVs people are driving. You don't realize when you go to, it's like going to get gas, right? Imagine if you went to go get gas and you had to sit there at the gas pump for about an hour or two. Like, that's the reality of EVs. They need to have like a power cell that you can swap, you know? Like a big fucking tube-shaped battery thing that you grab onto and like pull out of your car, and then you stick that into the fucking charging unit. You know, and you leave that there, right? Like kind of how if I want to go get a propane cylinder from the store, I got to bring my old one in, and they'll take mine, and then I take the full one, right? Like that's kind of what they should do with EVs. They need to have like a universal power supply type thing that can be taken out of the vehicle and then placed into the charging unit and left there for time saving whatever. Maybe you got to do like 8 of the motherfuckers, but you know, something. Like I can almost picture it in my mind, like all these power cell things sticking out the back of a car, or just like lined up in, you know, along the back, kind of. We're warlocking. A lot of shitty rings and shit. Mother Nature's brewing a storm. All good. I'll put on fucking Arizona Bay. Oh, good. We just want to learn how to swim. I see it. Sons of bitches hiding the door from me. Nothing. I like to kill all the shit out in this room too, because I got a chamroon out here the other day. Actually, it was strange. I got a chamroon in like cows or something, and then right after that, like an hour later, I got another one here in the Countess's tower. Freaked me out. Won't get luck like that ever again. I don't know if I need this. Ooh, Chaos Sanctuary is terrorized. The Bone Slayer Blade, I don't think I need that. I don't think anyone needs that. spawns traps. I can't believe it. I can't believe you subbed. No, I'm just kidding. Need some Super Metroid music in our lives. Yeah. Thanks for subscribing, though, man. YouTube on its shenanigans, dude. YouTube doesn't like me. Came to terms with it, though. All good. Yeah, right now the flaw that YouTube has is that they still pay me. They're working on fixing that glitch, though, too. I'm clicking A on the seal. For fuck's sake. Oh, and then he tried to sneak up on me. Bastard. Speaking of design flaws, the game didn't want to work. Yeah, it's like the movie Office Space when they're like fucking talking about this one guy that's that is still working at this one place, but he doesn't actually, they've already fired him or something, right? But then he's, for some reason there's a glitch in payroll where he still receives a paycheck, so he still just keeps coming to work. And they're like, but don't worry, we've fixed the glitch. You know, rather than just go tell the guy, hey, get the fuck out of here, we don't want you here. They just stop paying him and hope that it'll work itself out. But what happens is he sets the building on fire. Well, a couple of years ago, YouTube started doing this thing where they'll play ads on content that isn't gaining ad revenue. It never used to be like that. It used to be only Twitch that would do that, and that was one of the reasons I preferred YouTube over Twitch. Jesus Christ, it's a goddamn air raid. Zombie Boss has sent 20 gifted memberships, and it's going down. It is going down. We got Golden Ghost, Eyeliner Bunny, a Dirty Lab Rat, The Real Hackinator, TG or Tig CM, Elegy Max Gaming. We've got Tiago Bader something. I don't think that's a good name. Mason Gibbs, Matt, Busy Bee from Another Dimension, Rob the Blob, Anthony Sains, Blue Gameplay, Kyrian Halcyon, Nate Wolf, Springs, and Achilles Sack. Wait, Bobble, maybe? Kyle, and Pinks. All right, that was a huge gifted memberships thing. Thank you, Zombie Boss. God damn. I was ready for it. Yeah. That's awesome, dude. My question is, how did you get here so fast afterwards, Mason? Thank you, Zombie Boss. Greg, it's already over. You're fine. You got a notification and was like, boop, because that shit was still, we were still getting the alerts as you come in. That's crazy. You were actually on YouTube. Oh, wait. I was already... Oh, wait. Go back to my portal. Derp. Derp. Yeah, he hits his notifications like it's some whack-a-mole game or something. Whoa. We got 2 different statues. That's crazy drop, dude. Holy shit. We'll take it. Flow and Swag, you made it after so many years. Nice. Good job. Sax back says, I got nothing, but that is okay. I do not need this. Fine. Boots here. Keep those. Yeah. How the fuck do I miss the item? The Weisendraw long battle bow. It's trash. Trash. Fret Yako. What? Victory is mine. Oh, I see. We're doing Stewie Griffin. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You might eat spaghetti leftovers. Ugh. Imagine throwing up noodles. Like puking little snakes. Guess you gotta chew that shit up. It's all crap.
Good day.
Yeah.
What do you need?
The Rock Stopper. That's actually not a bad helmet. For like low levels. For people who can't find the runes to make lore yet. Yep. Like you find something like that that you think would be helpful for somebody else, and then you come in here. We'll go over to normal. Maybe let's check nightmare. Start. That guy just took it. Bye. You have to go to your parents for the weekend. So when you get off work, you got to drive for 4 hours. Dang. Yep. People helping people. It's a powerful thing. That's cool though, Pete. You know, family time is important. I kind of get after Callie sometimes because she'll want to not do things too, and then I'm like, well, you know, there's the opposite side of the spectrum where you don't really have family and you want to, but you know. Nobody. There's nobody there, man. You gotta cherish it. A blood spirit, and I don't think so. If you have to drive that far every day to and from work, you better be getting paid $25 an hour at work. Dude, I knew a guy in the Marine Corps that would have to drive like 3 hours to and from work every single fucking day. Some days he would just stay at work because we would be getting off so late that it would be pointless. Like, he couldn't actually get home and then turn around and come back to work. It's because his wife didn't want to move to Camp Lejeune, basically, and they were living, you know, hours away. And I was like, that's fucked, dude. He was one of our mechanics, like one of the company mechanics. So, you know, luckily for him, his job was somewhat chill, right? Like, he didn't have to come in like the rest of us and PT and all that shit all the time. Like, he was in like headquarters platoon or something. I don't know what the fuck those motherfuckers ever did. Yeah. Sounds like cheating was going on. Probably, dude. A lot of that in the military. You go drive around base housing. First of all, you'll hear stories about how if you go on base housing, there are red porch lights, you know, because some of the men that deploy have wives back home that are making extra money, I guess. And if you go drive around base housing, you'll fucking see it. You'll see red porch lights. At least you used to. Well, yeah, and then we deploy for 6 months, you know? Like, how much of a relationship can you develop with somebody in 6 months? That's what's fucked up is a lot of guys deploy and then they come back to nothing. Like, I think it should be legal for that Marine or soldier, sailor, whatever, to just kill both of them. That sort of shit going on while you're fucking in a war zone. You come home to that, yep. If ever there was a fucking case for temporary insanity. Gotta deter these whores somehow. God damn it. A dick, which is probably the diggler. Yeah, so it's on the ground and crap. Yeah, it's crap. God, I watched this police video yesterday, and it's from a couple years ago, I think, but it was this guy that ate a bunch of cocaine right on the traffic stop. And then the cops, you know, they're not really sure that he ate the coke or, you know, maybe he just had it in his mouth, and then they don't know how much he actually ate, you know, and then it's all fucked up. Like, they get him out of the car and onto the, like, side of the road, you know, and he's starting to panic, but he's also not wanting to admit that he's a coke dealer, basically. And so, you know, the cops are trying to help him, but they don't know what's fucking wrong, and they're kind of figuring it out slowly, you know, and by the time they do figure it out and call the ambulance, it's probably too late, because what they don't know is the guy ate 42 bags, like equivalent to like several grams worth of cocaine. And he died. And then the family tried to, when he died, the news said that it was a result of the police, you know, so then the family wanted to sue the cops, and they were all pissed off at the cops. And then even after watching the video, the cops still tried to say that, or the family tried to say that it was the cops' fault, because they didn't just bring him straight to the hospital. It's like, what the fuck were they supposed to do, you know? Three suck at Corona. My Corona. I'm gonna keep that. You know, he might have been able to get home and puke it up and salvage some of it and hopefully not OD, but yeah, he was probably dead. It's just like George Floyd, dude. George Floyd was there that day at that store with his dealer. His dealer sent him in there to spend the counterfeit money so that he could get real money, and then he was supposed to come out with the real money and buy the crack from his fucking dealer or whatever, and I think maybe he did do that or something, you know, because he definitely ate a whole bunch of fucking fentanyl-laced crack right before the cops pulled up, and it's even in his mouth when the cops are there talking to him. You can see the crack rock in his fucking mouth while the cops are sitting there talking to him in the fucking body cam footage. And then, you know, it all goes from there. Like, if George Floyd would have been able to get home and puke that crack up, he might have survived. But the longer he was held by the police, the more likely he was going to die. And he knew that in that moment, right? So that's where he was panicking and freaking out. That's why he was saying he couldn't breathe before they even laid him on the ground, because he knew he was dead. And he probably was having a hard time breathing before they laid him on the ground, because all that fent was starting to kick in, which, you know, fucking fucks you up. Oh shit, now it's Trav. Like, I watched that video of the guy swallowing all that cocaine baggies, and my comment on the video was, good thing the cops didn't kneel on him, because they would have definitely been charged and fucking thrown in the fucking prison for life for doing something they didn't do. Did I kill this fucking dude? You can see the seal boss. Crap. That sucks, Dabs. Yeah, dude, that can happen, man. When I was like 22 or something, a kid that I knew from back home, you know, he was like 18 when he did it. He fucking took one of those, I think it was like a morphine pain patch or a fentanyl pain patch, one of those deals, you know, and he fucking cut the thing open and then put all the liquid from inside this pain patch on a bowl of weed and smoked it. And then he went home and he walked into his house, and his mom said he looked really fucked up and really tired, and he said he was going to go upstairs and go to bed, and he didn't wake up. Yeah. Yeah, it does suck. Shit, why did I come back here? It's Travancore.
Good to see you.
Hail to you, champion.
That sucks, Dabs. Yeah, that's bad, man. Yeah, my mom OD'd on August 18th of 2012. 45 to life Grand Charm. That's a perfect roll on life, but there's nothing else on it. That's terrible. From the pills she was prescribed, but she was definitely fucking around with them. Yeah, pills are the worst, dude, because you just don't even know what you're actually taking. You know, like, when I look at a pill, I sit there and I actually look at it, and I'm like, what the fuck are you? You know, you get a Tylenol or some shit, right? Like, it's acetaminophen, right? But what is that? What exactly is that? And then the whole pill itself is not just Tylenol. It's not just acetaminophen. There's fucking all sorts of filler and, you know, like compounds that they use to actually make the pill, like a dough or something, you know. And so that's the thing. You don't know what the fuck they're putting in that shit. Like even the stuff I do know is in there, I don't understand what that is, right? And then the rest of it I just don't know. And they're like, yeah, take this. Well, and the doctors are incentivized to push certain pills. Pharmaceutical companies go to doctors' offices and, you know, they pretty much butter up the doctors. They you know, in ways I would say they may even bribe them to push their meds. Dude, they've got to have a pill that makes it bigger. All this scientific research, and we don't have off-the-shelf pills for that yet. Come on. I'm trying to go for an even 12 inches here. 11 3/4 just doesn't sell. Yeah, where is that pill? Dude, if they had a pill like that, guys would be overdosing left and fucking right. If they had a pill that would either 50% chance kill you or 50% chance double the size of your dick, there'd be a lot less men and a lot more 6-inch dicks. Yeah, there is heralds, I guess. I fucking forget about them because they almost never show up. I think when Trav is terrorized, it's better to go around and kill everything in the whole, like little town here, then kill the council. We're talking about all this dick pills, and then I wonder why YouTube hates me. I think YouTube's just like, they try to be too advertiser friendly, and to be advertiser friendly, you gotta be like kid content, right? Like they act like there isn't adults or there isn't a market for adults watching YouTube. Like, stupid shit. They're like, we can't control the kids being on here, so you guys have to suffer instead. Be unfunny and fucking stupid. It's kind of sad, you know, like this whole generation of youth coming up don't even know how to cuss each other out. Like, I don't think they've really been allowed to say a lot of swear words in their life, so they're just not even sure how to do it. They can't swear on the internet because that just gets blocked immediately, you know, and then they can't swear in public because they're kids. So they just don't get it. Some of them do. A lot of them don't. That's weird. Yeah, they tried. They have a YouTube Kids, but I think it just failed so bad that they were like, fuck. Plus, I think it also attracted a lot of predator behavior as well, you know? Predatory adults. Dude, I was thinking last night, I think Hunter Biden was basically working to become the Jeffrey Epstein 2.0. I don't know, that thought just occurred to me. Like, thinking about what was on the laptop and all the things that he was kind of going around doing, you know, it's like he was working up to that. Like they were grooming him for it or something, you know? Or perhaps he was already doing it. Maybe he's doing it right now. Who knows what that weird little bastard's doing? Shit boots, yo. YouTube needs to remove the video editor they have built in. If someone is on your PC like a friend, when you're not looking, they could edit and save your videos in seconds and ruin the content. I don't know about that, dude. I've tried to use the YouTube editor, and it's not that fast. They could do, you know, they could do what you're saying, though, maybe, but, dude, you know, they might get, like, one video done. You'd have to be gone for, like, the whole day for them to do that. What's up, Pinks? It was Zombie Boss here in the chat. Now you can take one good look at this beard and never come here again. I'm just kidding. But probably. That's probably what's going to happen. So, I get it. I'm ugly. It's fine. You ready? Hold on. Here comes the good look. All right, see you later. Don't let your friend on your PC when you're using restroom or cooking. Yeah. I think the fastest thing they could do is go into like the studio and actually just delete your channel. Although you may be able to recover that, you know, and have all your content back. I don't know. I've never deleted a channel, so I have no idea what that does. That would be cool. I think that should be a thing. I think it is a thing on Twitch, maybe, where if you've got like somebody's channel emotes, you can use them on any channel. Maybe not, though. I think so, though. It is, yeah. That's what I thought. YouTube just doesn't really care to make the streaming experience more fun, you know. I get these little surveys all the time, and I'll tell them shit like that, you know. You gotta like try to copy Twitch basically with how fun it is for chat, but they're like, oh, we added this thing where if you click on the heart, you'll see a heart fly up for 1 second. Oh wow. Like, I wish there was channel hosting, you know, where if I'm watching somebody, I could just fucking host them, and then you guys would just immediately see that live stream, right? But it would look like to you that it was me, but then when you went in there, you would see that I was watching them or whatever, right? Like, or it would just be you watching them if I'm not there, I guess. But either way, like, I feel like we should be able to do that. Yeah, because all YouTube has to do is make it more fun for chat, and they will bury Twitch, dude. Sometimes I wonder if Twitch isn't paying YouTube not to do that. Or maybe the execs of YouTube think they're making enough money off of video, you know, hosting that they don't even need to compete with Twitch. But they could really dominate the landscape if they chose to, you know, if they just made streaming a little bit better. I love getting a whole bunch of yellow shit. It better be nice tomorrow and not rain. Let me look. Let me see what my telephono says. It says it's going to be nice. Partly cloudy with a high of 52 degrees, which is perfect for working outside. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be down on the property burning some shit, and I plan on bringing my phone and my gimbal and stuff so that we can stream it. Although I probably won't be able to look at the chat very much because I'm going to be busy working. burning shit, but I'll try to come over and look at it every now and then. It'll be a low interaction stream, probably. Because I'll be busy working. POV, your dad's working his ass off and you're sitting there watching. Yep, there's going to be some chainsaw action, fire action. I feel like a fucking garbage man. Picking all this shit up. Yeah, the property down there has a lot of downed debris, you know, a lot of downed trees and just old trees. We need to do the picking up of sticks. And actually, in the last, like, 3 months, we've had 2 pretty significant windstorms that fucked shit up and knocked down so many trees that the dump, like the city dump, is no longer taking wood like that because they don't have any room. So there's this second windstorm that came through just like 2 weeks ago, or maybe even a week ago here, has left a lot of shit, you know, because there's nowhere for people to bring it. Luckily, the second windstorm didn't knock any more trees down on the property, but the first one, it did. It knocked like 3 down this one spot. They weren't really that big, but I had to trim them out so that I could get down my road. Not really. Not really much flooding or anything. Honestly, we've been having a pretty decent, you know, mild winter with the exception of the 2 windstorms. The first one was really bad, you know, there was a lot of trees knocked down. Our power went out for like couple of days, I think, or maybe it was just a good full day, you know. The second one, we didn't have any problems. Like, the power only went out for a little bit for us, I think, or maybe not even at all. It did go out in other parts of town for a couple days, though. It was weird. Yeah, we couldn't drink the water for like 2 months. That was kind of a, you know, that was a weird issue because basically the dam up above where our water comes from got all fucked up, and then the EPA came in and looked at the water and said, oh yeah, this is not good. And I think it probably wasn't good, you know, before they showed up. I don't know, you know, this isn't the town I grew up in, and I don't think I could have made much of a difference with it when I was a kid either way. But, you know, somebody came along to this town years ago and sold this town on some bullshit with the water. Because the water supply for this town is always in jeopardy. There's like, it's almost every year that we have boil orders and shit, you know? And we're surrounded by water, dude. There's a lot of really clean water around here. Like, it's weird to me that they chose the water source that they did. there's a unique ring. A nagel. And it's on the fucking ground. Damn worthless rings. Power outages make you feel like you're in the 1800s. Kinda. Gotta use candles and shit. Candles and books and board games. Callie and I were talking the other day about the difference between a book and a movie, you know, and when you read a book, like every single, like when they make a movie out of a book, every scene of that movie that you see was, you know, in the book. And big piece of shit. Anyway, it's like when you read the book, there's so much descriptive, you know, there's so much in the description of the places that are visited, or like wherever the main character is, that you can see it, you know. And when you watch a movie, that same scene that was described in great detail in the book is just shown to you, and when you watch that scene, you're usually watching like one thing within the scene, right? And then all the background stuff, that's all described in the book, but you don't really pick up on it unless you watch the movie several times. Maybe you'll eventually start seeing shit in the background, you know? But basically, when you read a book, you end up with a lot better of a visual understanding of what these worlds look like than you do when you watch the movie. And in that way, I think books are more entertaining. You know, and like back in the old days before TV and movies and shit, books were the movies. You know, and it's like, I think in a lot of ways we have lost that, you know, like now we favor the movie instead of the book, but the book I think has more to offer. Like the people back in the old days that could sit down, you know, and just read a book every night, they probably had a better level of entertainment than, and a better understanding of what they were like consuming than people today that just watch TV or movies. Yeah, we've lost our imaginations. Yep. It's like we lived through the Imagination Land trilogy in South Park, you know, and they actually did nuke our imagination. The movies and TV shows try to tell us things. They do it in secret, you know, but they definitely do it. Like, it still trips me out thinking about that line from Forrest Gump where he's like, and then one day it started to rain and it didn't stop for 4 months. Like, when I was a kid, and even a couple years ago, I would say, I didn't think much of that line. You know, it's just, yeah, it must have been raining like crazy in Vietnam, right? 4 months straight, though. And then you do some research and find out that there was this whole fucking military operation done in the Vietnam War where we used cloud seeding to try to flood out and wash away the Vietnamese fucking supply lines. and all of a sudden it makes sense. You're like, holy shit, that wasn't, you know, just some bullshit in a movie. Like, that actually happened.
I can't carry anymore.
Look at this ring. 10 FCR. That's not that good. Monrovia Cliff, yeah, it's the game runs pretty good. On PC. Back to the Countess. I got all excited because it went Chaos Sanctuary and then Trav on the Terror Zone, so I was hitting those up, but I really need keys from the Countess. Try to get some torches. I need another Warlock torch. My son started playing the other day, and he's got a Warlock that's like level 71 or something, so he'll be needing a torch. I had like fucking 10 torches at one time, and then I got rid of some of them. I traded them off to this dude. Which was good, because that was what gave me the runes I needed to get Callie's Enigma. Get my second Enigma of the ladder. I actually stopped picking up Thools the other day because I was fucking out of room for them. I gotta see. Yeah, I'm at 94 Thools. It's just hard to get the gems you need. I did, when my son started his character, I started a new character as well, so now I do have a bunch of new, or a bunch of like lower gems. That did help. Gotta get a character and just stay on normal. Yeah, the gems are rough. Like, the low-level gems are rough because you play through normal and you're pretty much never going back, right? I mean, you can, but as you level up and, you know, get to, like, Nightmare and then Hell, though, you're more likely to stay in those upper difficulties. And then especially once you get through Hell, you're really going to just stay there, like, farming gear and high runes, whatever, you know, and then all of a sudden you realize, yeah, I need a bunch of low gems. And it's that part of the game you haven't played, and it's really kind of shitty, even if you're, like, super high level. Like, it sucks to go back and play on normal. Like, yeah, everything dies, and you really don't have a risk of dying, but it's boring. And you also, other than the gems, you don't really find much that's good. And I think the whole time I'm just sitting there going, oh man, do go back to Hell. I thought about doing that today too. I almost streamed the Stardew Valley and then started a new level so I could show everybody how terrible it is at the beginning. Or how tough it is. It's not really terrible, but it is. Yeah, it's really tough at the start because you just don't have anything. Like, you have to cut down trees and sell the wood and the sap, and then pretty much it. And then you can sit there with your hoe and, like, you hoe the ground, and then you have to turn around and hit that same patch with your pickaxe, and that resets it. And then you hoe it again, and then there's like a 2% chance, or maybe 3%, that you can get a piece of clay, you know, and you can do that every day. And like, by the time, you know, you cut down all your trees and then hoe and till the ground like that, by the time you run out of energy, you usually have like 2 pieces of clay, which they sell for 20 gold each. But also at the start like that, that's kind of a lot of money. You know, it's weird. Like, you do need as much gold as you can get, but you know, the tiles are really cheap at first, and so just getting that little bit from the clay feels like you're making something, you know. So it sucks because it's the only thing you got, but it's what you got to do. Like, what saved me was going to it's like the Stardew fair or whatever, you know. You go to the town fair, and then you can earn a star drop, which increases your total energy. I'm not sure how much, but it's definitely worth it. And then you can also get a like a scarecrow, which helps for when you start to farm, because you're so limited on materials that you pretty much won't have the stuff to make a scarecrow, which will make it to where your crops are getting eaten by the birds. And that's no good. I don't know. It would be kind of good to start over, though, too, because I know there's been some things that I've done that I'd like to undo or redo, you know? Like, all the stone on my fucking farm I'm going to keep. All the fibers. You're just so desperate for money at first that you're willing to sell just about anything, but it's really a mistake. Yeah, you gotta take expanded off. Because the tile thing is hard enough, you know, but with expanded, the world and each part of it is larger than it needs to be, I think, and, you know, than normal, so it just makes it way more difficult. Makes it way more expensive. It's like a super challenge.
I am overburdened.
It's crazy, dude. I take this same exact controller, unplug it from my fucking computer, plug it into my Xbox Series X, and then play this same game on there. And it's like you're walking in mud or something, you know? Like, there's a weird little input delay with all the buttons. Like, the controller feels like it's just not as responsive on the Xbox. And the game itself is also not as responsive. I've got 24 of the Western World Stone shards. That one I just got was a deep one, though, so that's Act 5, or Act 4, I mean, that's good. 24, 6, 7, 6, and 6. I've also got enough statues to do Uber Ancients, but I have never done. I don't know. I'm sure I could probably do it, but I'm nervous that I'd die and lose those and fuck everything up. I need to do some research on it. I don't even know what the fight is. What the hell? I just get another world stone? Okay. Don't die. It's a lot harder to die now that I've got Call to Arms. Well, and the other thing that I switched on my build was the Blood Oath, I think. I wasn't using that before. I was strictly following like a max roll Echoing Strikes guide, you know, and they had me putting points into, I think I was maxed on Purge. And then I watched Sweet Phil and he's maxed on, yeah, I think he was the one that showed me to max on Levitation Mastery and then the dump points into Blood Oath. You also want to have at least 10 into Demon Mastery so you can have 2 demons. Or no, that's not the 2 demons. That's Bind Demon, isn't it? It's not. It's this one. This is the one. Yeah, you got to have Demon Mastery at level 10 to have 2 demons. I think Bind Demon, if you have at 10, you'll get extra fast and extra strong just automatically. But then every point you have into Blood Oath makes it to where your demon takes the damage instead of you, right? My demon takes 47% of the damage that I take. So almost half of what should hit me applies to my demon. And then he's so tanky because that's the other thing. Blood Oath also buffs the demon, right? His life is increased. His life is plus 785%. Because of Blood Oath, I think. And so it's just, this is a really good skill to use. But yeah, I'm maxed in Levitation, maxed in Echoing, maxed in Blade Warp, maxed in Mirrored Blades. I've got 1 to Lethargy, but it's sitting at 13 from all my bonuses. That was a weird door. I could find it. Tal F, that would be cool if I was level 30. Or level 20. Yeah, I don't know, man. It worries me because Ubers are pretty tough, you know, and then they've made the Uber Ancients, which I think they're meant to be harder. meant to be a bit more of a challenge for people who are already used to the Ubers, I believe. But you also get really good shit. Like, you get this gem that has, like, a ton of stuff on it. I'd need to put it in a Shaco, probably, or I'm not sure. Coven is really good. It's hard to wear a Shaco when Coven is so good. That FCR you get is crazy. What's up, Lewis? Good morning. Yeah, back when I was still smoking pot, it would take like 2 hours for edibles to kick in. But now that I've quit smoking, it's like it's taken less than an hour. Which is great. I think they also kind of wear off faster, though. It's not so great. Don't worry, I found it. I love when the bosses talk shit and then they just go down like nothing. Mask. Fuck. It's the bad one. It's got to say Death Mask on a unique, I think, and then it's Andariel's Visage, but that is the face of horror. which is, you know, I see that every time I look in the mirror. Need that. Another Thule. I don't know if I got room for that. I guess I probably have gems to convert them, though, so I should keep them. 8 Thules. Definitely going to have to play on normal more. Man, once you understand how the world kind of generates, it makes these so much easier to navigate. I still get lost every once in a while, you know, the floors don't always follow that pattern, but for the most part they do. Like you can see on my map here that the level went one direction and then it hooked 90 degrees and it makes like an L basically, and that L shape repeats over and over again in the Countess Tower. It's just that the direction of the L can change, and so you have to kind of see, like, you know, what direction you're allowed to go from when you first come in. That's, you know, the direction the L is going to go. And then when you know that it's an L going, you know, one way or the other, you just kind of try to follow that.
Not in town.
Yeah, I probably just look at things in normal and they'll die. So, like, coming in on this floor, because the map goes immediately up away from me, I can tell you that the L is going to go to the left. I'm going to go up this hall, and then I'm going to turn this direction like a big L. And the door is going to be somehow along that route, right? Like, it doesn't have to be exactly over here, but it's going to be up on this, maybe this next hall or the next one. Or it could be straight up a hall and just right on the wall. Or I guess it could go the other direction. Let's see. I still think it's going to be on like a left-facing, like it's going to be on this face of a wall somewhere around here. Yeah, there we go. And this is what it is. Like, it's still an L. It just, those are the ones that are harder to find. But see, here's one where I kind of saw the L right away. Same with this one. I'm going to try to go up this way, and it's right here. Now this one, because I'm allowed to go down, it's either going to go down and then hook this way, or it's going to go down and hook this way. And it looks like just because of the natural flow of things, it's going to go over this way. It's going to go all the way up. See, now that's one that doesn't quite follow the rules and is fucking hard to find. But for the most part, it will follow the L pattern. The quesadilla. Oh, it's a cincadilla. The Black Bog's Sharp Cincadillas. I'm probably saying that all wrong. I don't know. It's got some shit, but it's for a necromancer. +4 to poison nova. +4 to poison explosion. +5 to poison dagger. It's poisonous. I don't know much else about it, so it's gonna go on the freaking ground. Hey, so if somebody's in chat and I'm ignoring them and you guys can kind of tell, it's because it's my super fan. Man, it is dropping fucking uniques all over the place. Yeah. It's weird that they want to use names of people I actually know, but it's like people that I haven't seen in a long time either, so it's just kind of strange, because I think, you know, if that person really did see me, like if I ran into that person in real life, they would be pretty excited to see me, and I would be excited to see them, because I haven't seen them in a long time, you know? So it wouldn't just be a matter of them coming in and being like, hi. But that's the MO, dude. That's how I was able to spot it right away, because they used a name of somebody that I know. Yeah, I think they're just trying to get me mad at, like, people I actually know or something. Which, you know, it has to be somebody that knows me pretty well, or they've, you know, maybe I guess they've looked me up online. That's the other thing, is I think maybe it isn't somebody that knows me very well, because if they did, they would understand that all these people that they've impersonated know me, and they wouldn't fuck with me like that. Like, I know they wouldn't. I know them, and they know me, you know? They know what I am, and I know who they are. And it just wouldn't happen. It's got to be somebody that doesn't really understand consequence, or hasn't ever in their life, or maybe they're just, you know, so far away that they think they're, you know, free of consequence in this scenario, which they probably are, you know, because it's probably just some random jerk off somewhere in the world. So I don't know. Venom grips. Those also would be really great if I was low level as fuck. The Blade of Alibaba. That's actually really good. I had somebody request one of those not too long ago, and I had a pretty good trade with that. They're just sad, you know, when you think about it. Like, my life is kind of sad because I'm a fucking disabled vet. You know, I got a lot of issues. But this person is, like, dedicated their life to like, waiting for me to be live and then coming in with these weird accounts and, you know, trying to get my attention. Like, that's ultimately what it comes down to, right? Like, they want my attention so desperately that they're gonna make all these weird accounts to try to get it. Like, if it's somebody I know and we had some sort of falling out, I feel like, you know, with the amount of time they've put in trying to fuck with me with these accounts, they could have just come in and tried to fucking, you know, make things right. I don't know. Like, tell me what I did that pissed you off so bad that you feel like you gotta do this shit. Obviously, they're obsessed with me. That's why they're my super fan. And that is a weird level of dedication to make a whole bunch of accounts just for one person like me. Like, I've been watching people online for years. I've never, ever came across anybody that I found that interesting, that I would, like, go out of my way to stay there like that. So it is kind of a big compliment, you know, them coming in so much. And I think also, like, anybody who's really, like, made it on the internet is gonna have shitloads of people like that. So it's almost like a sign that you've made it, right? Like, when you got people dedicating their time to fucking with you like that, that is a real indicator that you've made it. Or at least that you're doing something that they don't like. I think, you know, it's somebody that doesn't want to see me happy, probably. And so when I'm sitting here chilling and having a good time, that really bothers them. You know, and they're coming in hoping they can throw that off. And when I ignore that and just continue to have a good time, they can't handle it. That's what you gotta do, you know. You gotta identify your troll or your hater right away, and then just completely ignore it, and just go about having a good time, and that will kill them. They can't stand the concept of the people they don't like having a good time. There's probably some raging leftists, you know, very upset with the way their life is right now because they lost the election, and I think a lot of the left probably can tell that, at least here in the U.S., we're going the other way with society. The rest of Western culture is going the globalist way, but we're gonna hold this bitch down. Man, we are getting some junk. No keys yet. I better get a double drop keys this next run. Hey, the tower's right there. Yay. They were waiting for me, man. Dude, I can't believe Canada is basically going to go around door to door confiscating all the guns. That's fucked up. They tried to do a gun buyback, and fucking only like 2% of the people they expected to bring their guns in did it. Which means, you know, I think in Canada they probably know exactly who has guns, and Yeah, it's going to get interesting. We might see the Canadian people actually fight for their freedom. I just think it's funny, like, you can go back 15 years ago and see clips of Trudeau saying, just because we want to have a registry for all the guns doesn't mean we're going to take them away. That's just complete fear-mongering. And then it's just one clip after another where they're, like, going after the pistols and they're going after sporting rifles, and now they're just every gun. No one needs guns. Like, any politician telling you that no one needs guns is why we need guns. Man, the door was right there. Well, there's always going to be somebody that has guns, you know? They're not going to just get rid of all the guns, so... You know, I don't want to give up my guns because then all these criminals that still have guns are going to be the only ones that have guns. That's fucking stupid. I think, you know, eventually the governments of the world will have something better than guns, and then they'll probably just look at our guns like they don't even fucking matter, but... You know, maybe that'll be when everybody will be willing to get rid of their guns, because then we'll have phasers set to kill. Yep. Yeah, I'm surprised 3D printers are not banned yet. There's people 3D printing submachine guns and shit. I've seen them on the streets, like in police interaction videos, you know, where they're running around with a gun that damn near looks fake. You know, it looks like a toy, but it's definitely real. That's the other thing. Some of these guys are actually putting real guns into fake guns. Like, there's dudes putting shotguns into super soakers and shit, where it looks like a fucking squirt gun, but it's a real gun. Because then you can walk down the street with a gun and everybody thinks it's just a fucking squirt gun. And there's all the, like, the Glock switches. Those are a real fucking problem. There's that, and there's, like... shit like the Vector, you know, where you can take a pistol pretty much and just mount it into like a little bracket thing and have a somewhat of a submachine gun. I don't know. I saw something a while back where they were talking about maybe getting rid of the old full auto ban, you know, or basically you can have fully automatic weapons, but you have to have like an FFL. I think you pretty much have to be like a firearms dealer to be able to own them because of all the restrictions and whatnot. And then the ones that are available like that, like the fully automatic weapons that do exist, are very, very expensive, like $30,000 and up or some shit. So that's one of the fucking restrictions on it, I guess. You know, that's one of the ways it's really hard to own a fully automatic weapon, is because they are really, really expensive. But that might change. Charlie, there's been a situation with a troll, so if you come in with your normal channel, I'll believe you. But until then, I'm unfortunately probably not gonna. I've never known Charlie to have a second account, so it's that in itself seems suspect. Well, if I say it, that person will know. Probably still here. Dude, the Countess hates me. stool again. I'm not even taking that one. Oh yeah, the movie maker. Yeah. Ugh. Weird as a wooden watch. Weird. Yeah. That's good. Oh yeah, that's right. Somebody told me that. I can't remember. It was Callie, I think. Because I was ignoring him so hard, dude, that I actually was like I would go to start reading his comment and just stop. Like I wouldn't even read it. So I wasn't even seeing what he was saying. But then I saw you say something like 317 said you suck or something, and he was like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. I don't know how many times I've ran the Countess, but we've been doing this for 2.5 hours and I haven't got a single key. Yeah, game. Fuck off. Your stinginess. Lava gout? The fuck is that? What it is shit. It's on the ground. Everyone ready for Easters? I probably need to get about 1,000 milligrams more of edibles, but other than that, yeah, I think I'm ready. Where is it? There it is. You need some edibles to get through the weekend at your aunt's. All right, zombie boss, you can drive up to my house. Just, you better start heading out now. Yeah, that's fucked, man. What's really fucked is that she's probably legally bound to, but you can't fight her legally because it costs so much fucking money to take her to court that it's fucked either way. Yeah. Well, and you gotta watch out for shit too, dude, because they'll try to plot to get you locked up. Bitches know all the buttons to push, Fucking with you. It's really crazy that they can use the kids for that too, that's the way she goes. If I was a judge, I would be cracking down on some evil bitches. I know that. No good stuff. I don't think I've gotten one thing. No. Well, yeah, but that was... No, wait. I did get that Blade of Alibaba. That's the only one good thing I've gotten yet. The other shit came from Chaos Sanctuary. Tower right there. I'm yawning and I'm like teleporting my ass off so that hopefully I don't die while my eyes are closed. Military pick. The Skull Splitter. I got one of those on my wall. Pretty sure my Trauma Hawk would split a skull in one chop. Dude, I didn't even realize I was on the 5th floor. I was like looking for the door again. Ooh, now it's Neelithok's temple. Should do that, because he can drop really good shit. And I'm getting bored of running the Countess, because she's fucking hating me. She's so hateful. Plus, Neelithok runs her faster. Maybe I'll get a bunch of keys from him that I can trade for her keys. No, she fucking hates me, man. It sucks because I only need keys from her. I've got like 7 keys from Neelithok and 4 from the Summoner. I need her to be terrorized, then I'll probably get keys. Every time I go in there on that 5th floor, all I hear is Rick Astley playing Never Gonna Give You Up. And it's talking about the key. It's talking to the key. Fucking Countess is Schmeagol. See this bullshit mace. Yeah. Yeah. Ground. Yeah. It's crap. Pure, unadulterated crap. Starting to think I've got like a no keys loot filter or something. What the fuck, man? Nothing. Dude, yesterday I was, to bed at 5 a.m., up at 10. And then I just stayed up all day yesterday and then went to bed at like 10 o'clock at night. And I slept pretty much all night, but for some reason I'm still fucking tired. But I can't take a nap, dude. If I take a nap, it's going to just put me right back on the same stupid night sleep schedule. That's probably why I'm so tired, because I've been sleeping till noon lately because I've been staying up till like 5 or 6. I just set my sleep schedule to nothing, and then I just go from there. We set it to non-existent. Yeah, I need some more coffee. I don't have any sleepy gummies anymore, man. I ate them all like a week ago. Actually, those I had only got like one bottle of each, so it was like 10 of each. Then, yeah, they didn't last very long. I mean, I was only eating like one a night, but I think I got those like a month ago or something. I just got those because I thought I might have a hard time sleeping, because I had quit smoking, but man. Now I feel like I can sleep forever. The Spine Ripper. It's crap. Need some coffee. Yeah, I think coffee is better than energy drinks. At least better for you. Like, you ever notice that all energy drinks kind of taste like shit? Like, if they were able to make energy drinks taste like a soda pop, they would. I think the reason why energy drinks taste like shit is because it's your body telling you that you're drinking shit. You're drinking shit that you shouldn't be drinking. Like a natural response. Like, I think it's more to it than just the ingredients on your tongue, right? Like, it's actually your body telling you, yeah, dude, this is not good. You shouldn't be drinking this. But there's enough crap mixed in that it kind of, makes it drinkable, I guess. I don't know. It's like I watched this video the other day where a guy took a jar of Tostitos cheese dip and he made it right there, like with all the ingredients, and I was like, hell no. Like, it's kind of fucked up, dude. We are eating way too much bullshit and drinking way too much bullshit. You know, at least with coffee, it's basically a bean that you grind up, you know, and then you pass water through it. Like, you can kind of see what you're working with. Coffee's almost like the equivalent of growing your own pot and using that for pain medicine instead of taking a prescribed pain pill or something. You know, it's like the pain pill's all synthetic and weird. The weed is from Mother Earth, man. So is the coffee. Like, the worst is the 5-hour energy, you know, because it's like a concentrate. They're just like, here, have all the energy without the sugar. That thing, it's like drinking a battery. Well, I imagine, I guess, because I've never actually drank a battery. But, you know, I've licked a battery and it tasted similar. Yeah. They're nasty. They do work, though. Probably the best. I don't want a Thule rune, god damn it. Thank God it's almost lunch. Hell yeah. Callie and I got this big platter of like baklava at fucking Costco. It's like a year's supply of baklava. Just kidding. It's probably like a couple of days though. It's so good. We also, down at the creek tomorrow, we're going to make some fucking savory s'mores. We got some of those Baby Bell cheese thingies and some fucking meats and shit. And we're going to be living like kings down there. I'll let you guys watch. Yeah, I'd never heard of them before, but Callie found out about it, I guess. I'm ready too, dude. I want to go down there now. I thought about it this morning. I just, oh, double key drop, yes. 2 keys of destruction. Regular s'mores are messy, dude. They get all stuck in my beard, too. It sucks. Oh, I guess that was 8 keys now for keys of destruction. Hopefully Countess is next, man. Well, maybe not, though, because I want to eat lunch. Dry Hills. Oh, okay. Appreciate it. Ugh. Another key. You know what's fucked up is this character, Neelathok, is a dude. He's just giving us keys left and right, but the Countess is a chick. And she won't give us no keys. I don't think that's a coincidence. That's by design. Women don't want to give it up. Ever! Even if it's a stupid-ass key that they don't need. That's probably what it is. The Countess is wanting a bigger allowance. Gotta give her some more money. That'd be fucked up if I go in there and drop like 1,000,000 gold on the ground and then just log, and then the next time I run it, I get a key. It would be fucked up because then I would think that was the thing, and then I would do that all the time, and I'd lose all my gold. I think goth girls are just made up for the internet. It's a fucking scam, man. There's no real goth girls. Yeah. They just make YouTube shorts where they spit in my drink. Why can't they be like Sandwich Cutie Cat and just make us sandwiches with high beams? Be like high beam sandwiches. She does make some other things. She's been branching out, making some breakfast and shit. But yeah, I think she could probably make even better than that. I don't know. I think she's just doing it for the OnlyFans, though. She is hot. She's kind of trashy hot. She's probably the hottest chick in the trailer park. Hottest chick in any trailer park. Miss Trailer Park USA of the Year. She's definitely running out of sandwich ideas. Some of the sandwiches she makes are fucking gross looking. And I think, man, it would suck to be dating her because I would have to eat that. Tell her I like it. Always been a fan of peanut butter and jelly. Dude, I'm seeing adults eating Uncrustables nowadays, too. Like, that's a thing. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, surely it's cheaper to just buy bread and fucking peanut butter and jelly and just make your own goddamn sandwich. Because they're like talking about a box of them is like a 10 or 11 bucks or some shit. Like, dude. People are screwing around. I guess it's better than DoorDash, but I have never ate an Uncrustable. I think I may eat one in like a survival situation, you know, like if it was all I had or if somebody gave me one and I was fucking starving, but other than that, I'm not going to just go out of my way to buy Uncrustables and fucking eat them. First of all, I've never ate a sandwich without the crust. I think that's weird as shit. That's like most of my bread. Nobody said anything about the Uncrustables, so I guess all you guys eat Uncrustables. God damn it. This zombie boss has got 3 of them in his lunchbox right now. Fucking Blaze has one in his hand right now. Lewis is walking around Walmart with 3 boxes of them in his cart. You sons of bitches. Just kidding. Dude, in a half an hour, I've gotten 3 keys from Neelathok, and in 3 hours, I got, well, in about 2 hours, I got no keys from the Countess. I can also run Neelathok in about 30 seconds, so. Amulet. Basically the worst one. Of junk today on the game. Noon exactly. Run this Countess bitch one more time here. She's gonna give me a key. I demand a key. I need a key, a key. You got a KFC bowl? That sounds pretty good, man. Yeah, dude, I don't remember the last time I had KFC. I think it was in Texas, though. Same with Popeyes. I think the only time I've ever had Popeyes was in Texas, and it was not good. I think they've maybe improved some things over the years, but yeah. I don't know. Had Chick-fil-A the other day, though, dude. Oh, man, I had a spicy chicken sandwich. That thing was actually pretty spicy. And I had some of their waffle fries with some honey mustard. Dude, it pisses me off how much better I can taste food now that I quit smoking pot. Like, I should have quit smoking pot so long ago. I'm screwing around. These assholes had me convinced that food tasted better when I was high, too. Which it might, you know, in moderation, but if you're smoking all the time and your sinuses are janked like mine were, then you don't really taste much of anything. Now, man, now that I can breathe, holy shit. Food is great. KFCs are kind of dirty. Every KFC I've ever been to was kind of dirty. But, you know, they're usually in not too bad of neighborhoods, I guess. I don't know. KFC's kind of like high class chicken. But Popeyes, in my experience, is usually in the ghetto. Food's kind of ghetto too. In the ghetto. Yeah, you are not missing anything. A ring. Another fucking Nagel. God damn it. Gotten 2 of those sons of bitches today. Well, I think I'm going to take a break for now, you guys. I'm going to take lunch while Callie takes lunch so we can hang out, talk shit about you guys. No, I'm just kidding. But no, thank you for the 20 channel memberships earlier, Zombie Boss. That was pretty awesome. That was pretty boss, man. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. I might come back this afternoon after she goes back to work. Maybe we'll do some tile lock shit. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, take it easy, you guys. Have a good Friday. See you later.